Hello, I'm Robin and I'm a normal alcoholic. Non-alcoholic drinks. What do I think? Well, to start this off, I'll try and put it in some context so you understand my story. When my drinking got bad, I normally drank vodka and mixer, vodka and Fanta, vodka lemonade, something like that. Or if I was going out, I'd normally have cider in the pub. So for me, I think the trend recently is for non-alcoholic beers. I think most people know non-alcoholic wines are pretty poor. I mean, I haven't tried them myself. I wasn't really a wine drinker, but the general consensus, I think, is non-alcoholic wines aren't that great. There's quite a few non-alcoholic spirits coming out, and to be honest, I just don't see the point because, you're not going to want to drink the spirit straight normally unless you're an alcoholic. So if you're in sobriety, why would you want I just don't get them. I think normally non-alcoholic spirits would be to go in a cocktail, but most of the flavour is going to be from the rest of the ingredients. So, just have a fruit juice, whatever. The main thing that's kind of popped up a lot recently is non-alcoholic beers. I'm not talking about the low alcohol ones, the 0.5%. Definitely I wouldn't touch those with a barge pole, but the zero alcohol ones. I think these are aimed at people who are wanting to go to the pub, join in with the lads, join in with the group, get in that environment and, feel like they're there in the same social scene. So for me, why would I? I wasn't a big drinker of beers. I mean, lagers. So I wouldn't start drinking them to fit into that environment. Something did happen a couple of months ago, though. I went to it was at my office, and there was a promotional thing going on. A bunch of these non-alcoholic beers were being given away. My boss came back to the desk with a couple of them and goes, "Hey, you want to try one of these?" And I was like, "You know what? I'll give it a go." And honestly, it wasn't horrible. It did taste just like a normal lager. But that's how I wasn't really a lager drinker. It still gave me a little bit of bloatedness. Didn't really appreciate it. I did think to myself, if I was going to a barbecue and there were some of these there, it would probably go quite nicely with a burger in the hot sun. But then again, for me, if I want a cool, fresh drink, then I'm going to have like a lemonade or whatever, some kind of soft drink. I don't have a big attachment to lager. When I drank vodka and mixers, it was just drinking it at home. And I spoke to my counsellor about this. She said, best thing, just steer clear. Because the thing is, if you're someone who drinks beer in the social setting and your memories of enjoying drink like a lager are so closely tied with the experience of getting drunk, then it's kind of flirting with the danger. You might have a time where you have that non-alcoholic drink and you're like, oh, I'm having a good time, I'm out, it's a nice cool beer, and you've got a lot of memories circulating, but that one bit that's missing is the buzz. And it would be very easy, I think, to get swept up in that experience and then say, right, I'm I'm just going to have one. I've been drinking non-alcoholic drinks for a couple of hours. I'm just going to try having one. And as anyone will tell you, it's never just one. You might be able to just have one that night and go home, but then you'll think, I went to the pub, I was drinking non-alcoholic beers. I had one alcoholic beer and it was fine. I didn't end up in hospital. I didn't end up in a police cell. I didn't end up having a fight. I didn't get home late and wake up with a hangover. So sometime later you go out and you're like, I'm going to try doing it with 2 real beers. See where I'm going. It can progress. If your experience is so closely tied with that particular drink, I think having a non-alcoholic version of it is only going to lead you into danger. I admit there are people out there who have managed to stop drinking by switching to the non-alcoholic version. But if you're the kind of drinker I was, then I would recommend against. Just keep yourself safe. It's not worth risking another relapse or another rock bottom just for the sake of trying the drink. I say when I tried that bottle, it was in a very different situation. I'm not closely linked to, I don't have fond memories of lager. I'm not going to start teetering towards having lots of them. But I think the other issue here is, why do you want to have that drink? Is it because you still feel insecure in that group without having the matching drink with everyone else? Do you feel like you won't be accepted because you're not joining in with the drinking? If you can't learn to experience that social situation or event and not feel comfortable without that drink in your hand, it implies there's deeper issues than just you're missing the flavour of lager. So there's always things to think about. Why do I want to have the non-alcoholic version? Am I uncomfortable? Am I anxious? Nervous? They're the things you've got to deal with to be able to enjoy sober life. And, whether you're drinking a non-alcoholic lager or not, life could be better if you deal with your issue. So anyway, if you got anything from this video and you think it might help someone else, then please give it a thumbs up or comment or subscribe. But for now, bye.